Why can't every movie be stop-motion animation? Stop-motion animation is one of my favorite forms of animation. And why? It takes so damn long to make a movie. You have to admire that. All the patience that goes in to first coming up with the idea and then actually having to take millions and billions of pictures. Very tedious. But I appreciate that. Even if the movie's not very good, you always admire the fact that it takes so long and they have to have so much patience to make a film like this. So much detail. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I could ever do that. And I always get excited no matter what the film is about when it's in stop-motion animation. The latest stop-motion animation films to hit theaters is called Paranorman. Gotta say that a lot. Paranorman, because I kept on going like, let's go see the new Paranorman. I don't know, I can't say it really well. I think my tongue is... So Paranorman is this latest film, I believe from the company or the studio that brought us Coraline. Coraline is one of my favorite stop-motion animated films. That film is just beautiful. It's done by Henry Selick, who also gave us James and the Giant Peach and The Nightmare Before Christmas. But this film's not... I don't know if he has anything to do with this movie at all. But I think it's the same company. I hope I'm right about that. If I'm not, I apologize. But I think it's the same studio that brought us that film. And this film, from the moment it started, it was really quite cool. It gives you that look, you know, I think the film is shot 2.35 or 1.85 aspect ratio. And it starts like a TV screen, 1.33 aspect ratio. Kind of comes off as this really low-key horror film from the 70s, where it's all really grainy and the music's really bad and the acting's really bad. And then it pans out and you see that Paranorman, or Norman, is just a kid and he loves horror films. But for some reason, I don't know if they ever really explain, he can see the dead. And they're all around. He's like the only one in this little town. And there's history in this town because this town did some really bad things in the past. And they're all kind of dealing with that in their own way. His family doesn't really understand. Nobody really believes him. This movie happens in the course of, I think, one day. It's just really it's just really weird. I mean, this movie is bizarre. It's a film that looks really great, and I had the chance to see it in 3D, and I can't say that I was really impressed with the 3D, but I couldn't help be impressed with the stop motion. Again, you know, I'm a sucker for it. It's gorgeous. But anyways, things happen, some zombies come alive, and now it turns into this zombie movie. And for the most part, this is a quite enjoyable film. It's got a lot of interesting things going on. There are a lot of phrases and saying that I don't think a lot of kids would enjoy. I think there were some things where I was like, I don't know if they would get that. It's more of an adult kind of way of putting things. And there's a lot of that stuff going on throughout the film. But I couldn't help but say while I was watching this, and there was a lot of kids in the theater, this looks like a really okay introduction to the world of zombie movies. You know, maybe some parents might show them Night of the Living Dead off the bat if they're really diehard fans. But I think this is a nice introduction. And then as they get older, you can show them more of the classics like Dawn of the Dead and Shaun of the Dead and Something of the Dead and Zombieland. But I think this was a nice film. It looked really great. I can't say the characters really interest me at all. I don't think the story really got a hold of me. I think it was just the stop-motion animation that captured my heart. I don't think I was totally invested watching this movie. It's just really bizarre. I don't know if these people were on drugs when they came up with this film, but it seems like they love the horror genre and they love zombie movies and they wanted to make something for kids and for the whole family. This is a movie that the whole family can enjoy. There was a few times while I watched this movie where I jumped out of my seat. There was some sounds that they used were just really creepy. The music was composed by John Bryan, who's mainly known for doing a lot of films for the older audience. But it was really weird. I mean, the way they used it was definitely, it made you have that feeling of like, I think I'm watching a horror film. But it's kind of scary. But I don't know. I mean, I think some kids might be really quite frightened by this film. There are a lot of aspects to enjoy, especially if you do like horror films and you want to introduce them to your children. I'm going to give Paranorman 3 stars. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film.